Back to throw. Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
Mike, that lady! Right there in the middle, 55. Not today, you are. Not today.
On first down, Stafford here. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing again is Stafford. And he finds Danny Amendola. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 41-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. To the air again, Stafford. Underneath for Johnson. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 20-yard line. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Set. 180. 53. Ready. Hey. Wahoo.
Now Stafford. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long.
Check. Monday.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Open space inside the 10. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Red 80. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on offense. It's going to be
From the gun, here's Stafford. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Breaking that one up, the former All-Pro Josh Norman.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
just like that.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. J.D. McKissick taking it in. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now Matt Prater for the point after. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist to him.
Now Haskins on 1st down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Got you, pop. Kill, 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 kill. Say, say, say. Go, go.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check 3, check 3. Mike 51. Watch the center.
2nd down, Haskins. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. So on fourth down, the Redskins will call on Tressway to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought of
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Ioannidis in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Check, crunch. Stay 50, stay 50.
Throwing a Stafford. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. It's great. It's my team. Sponge. Yo. Right here.
Now a run with Geis. And down he'll go at the 25. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Kill.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Let's go. I'm coming.
Here's Haskins. And he's going to go down again. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Mike 51. Check Mike. Come.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. He's going to air one out. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. After the interception, here's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. Stafford now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Check nickel.
61, matchbox lights.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Montez Sweat coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Stafford. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
We own them. Under 10.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Ready up.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Fopo's the Mike. Mike's Fopo. Oh, get him, get him, get him. 44, Mike, 40, hey. Kermit. 44 is the Mike. 40. Here we go.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rashawn Melvin. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the second half with a run by Geis. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Forby's the Lions. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get zoom. Let's get off the field. Switch. Mike 40. Come to my work.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Adrian Peterson was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, partner, let's talk Super Bowl. We have to. Before the year, by the way, we made predictions for the Super Bowl. You got one of the teams right. You had Kansas City and New Orleans, but you had the Saints winning. I also had the Saints there, but losing to New England. And now we get a chance to rectify things. So who's going to win the big game, partner?
Well, I think San Francisco wins 35-34. MVP, usually a quarterback. But in this case, we're going to have an upset. Middle linebacker Fred Warner is going to have 13 tackles and an interception return for a touchdown and be the upset MVP winner over Jimmy Garoppolo, because in the Super Bowl, if the quarterback does anything, he wins the award. But this time the defense, which got them there, is going to take charge, and Fred Warner walks away. Super Bowl MVP, 49ers Super Bowl champions.
Wow, you went above and beyond with great specifics there. I'll be a little bit more general. I'll just say that the Chiefs are going to win by a touchdown, and yes, I'll go with the MVP being number 15, Patrick Mahomes.
And if you're not really rooting in this game, how great a matchup is this?
It's fantastic. Going to be a ton of fun. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A first down carry here for Johnson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You draw Porker. Hey, nice 7.
From the 40 now on second down. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Jonathan Allen in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jonathan Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is taken at the 23. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
It's coming this way, Here we go. Here we go.
51 to Mike, boy. 51.
On play action, Haskins. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Mike Fopo. Let's get the ball. 44.
Yeah.
44. Nice, sweetheart. Arvin. To Mike. 44's to Mike.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Snap comes at 1. Now Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And, folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Check, 180. Check, 53, right. And middle.
On first down, it's Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You think you're going to get this? You think you're going to get this?
Play action. Haskins. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Devon Kennard. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. The Redskins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And the pressure gets to him again. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
Check 55, Mike.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay there to make the grab. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Ready?
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Devon Kennard picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
You got 3 down. Go, Mike, 51.
Haskins will throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hard.
Now it's the backup Smith. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Pull it together. Check.
Omaha, ready to move.
Let's go.
On first and 10, Stafford. Jones has it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That's where you belong.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Check 53's Mike. Time to go, night. Mike, 53, Mike.
Hey, let's get some penetration. Monday. Penetration.
Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. And he will not get away. He he's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
On first down, Johnson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check! 280! Check! 53! Here we go, here we go! Double right!
53.
Here's Stafford. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 35. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer.
And he's going to go down again. Christian Jones, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
They're running it. 40's the mic. Squeeze.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins. That'll be caught at Steven Sims. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.